Equipment when CAS can loan it to you for free.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching Your News, Your Neighborhood, CCN, Crown City News. I'm Tammy Devine. Our top story, schools activists say they have a big problem with the contract some of the Altadena Town Council members have had with the Pasadena Unified School District. They say the funding they receive from the PUSD may cloud their judgment when it comes to important education issues. A town council member responds to the allegations, and CCN's Carmelita Mobley has that story.
Altadena Town Council member Keith Gibbs, also known as Sarge, conducts several fitness-based programs like the one here at John Muir. But some say his contracts with the PUSD are causing a conflict of interest.
Mike, go ahead and turn them over. Turn them over to practice.
Sarge has been running this boot camp-based program for school-aged children in the PUSD for 3 years, but it's contracts like this that have some in Altadena concerned.
Well, the issue here is that Mr. Gibbs is a town council member. He's a public official. So how is he going to serve the public good when he has contracts with an entity that he's being paid by?
Gibbs says there is no conflict of interest, especially since he says the town council is an advisory board.
First of all, I'd like to know what would justify us getting paid, because we have no real power. We're just a advisory board to Supervisor Michael Antonovich.
Olszewski and her husband, a former town council member, both say the problem is about ethics, that if Gibbs or any other council member gets paid by the PUSD, as this document shows, they may end up voting in the school district's favor rather than for the community. They say it's like working for two masters.
I seek for transparency. Numbers are numbers. Where is the money? There are a lot of people that want to know, they want to see the public records.
If you're receiving any money, you can't talk about something, you can't vote about something. So ethically, if there's any money being received, Keith Gibbs should actually resign as chair of the Education Committee.
Gibbs says the council put him on the committee because of his work with the schools. He says these allegations are all a misunderstanding and that he'll talk to anyone with questions about his roles.
Just come up and say, hey, Sarge, I understand A, B, C, and D. Can you explain it to me? Instead of they doing that, they'd rather just kick dust, bring up a bunch of fuss over nothing just to rattle cages.
Gibbs says he's received positive feedback from the community.
I've gotten great accolades from Senator Jack Scott, Mayor Bill Bogart, Malikian, the city manager. All these people have written good things about me.
Always the best thing could have happened to my household.
Despite the allegations, Keith Gibbs says his programs have a 95% success rate and that his program has grown ever since. Carmelita Mobley, CCN.
The Olszewskis say they aren't just looking at Sarge in their concerns over conflict of interest. They also mentioned that Michelle Zach is a town council member who also receives funds from the PUSD. Zach tells CCN Crown City News that she's transparent about projects that the PUSD pays her for, including grants that she writes and gets a portion of, letting the council know anytime that she gets a contract like that. School board member Ed Hanowitz says he's not familiar with anyone getting preference for contracts because they were on the council. He says if there is a question of conflict of interest, then town council members should tell the rest of the council about the contracts that they receive. He says for elected officials, there does tend to be crossover because of the things that they do in the community on their own time. And now for a look at some of the other stories this past week that happened right here in the San Gabriel Valley. First, a Metro bus slammed into the Jack in the Box restaurant at Rosemead in Colorado Sunday morning around 11. The bus was empty at the time and no one in the restaurant was hurt. Firefighters say the driver was hospitalized with minor injuries. Pasadena firefighters shored up the building while LA County removed the bus. Firefighters report about $200,000 worth of damages, and the CHP is looking into the cause of the crash. And thanks to Pasadena Fire for those pictures. You've heard of the Telegraph fire raging right now in Mariposa County. Well, firefighters there will be getting a helping hand from an LA County strike team made up of 6 firefighters and equipment from Pasadena, Glendale, Monrovia, and Monterey Park. The team left Sunday afternoon, according to local fire officials here. That fire, the Telegraph fire near Yosemite, has destroyed a dozen homes, threatens 2,000 more, and it's burned more than 25,000 acres. Whew, it's been a tough fire season. All right, the state budget deficit could mean a loss of health services in Pasadena. That's coming up next. You're watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
When I'm under, I don't breathe.